I have a little while until the show begins. Tonight we'll be talking to Kirsten Jensen of It's Kirsten, her YouTube channel and Twitter and Facebook and everything else that her empire is reaching to. This Thursday we're beginning our very first Dream Hunters home group. Now Dream Hunters is the premium site connected to Success Freaks. It's where you get a little more in depth, you get a little bit more meat to our message. And the home groups are something we want to be starting across the country. And the very first one we're going to be beginning will be right here in the Twin Cities in Minnesota, because I happen to be here. So these are groups that almost like a a book club or a Bible study or something, but it has to do with the Success Freaks shows. Talk more in depth discussion about some of the topics that we've gone over. And also we're hoping to develop a way for you to work on your goals, set your goals, and achieve them with the help of a little help from your friends, your fellow dream hunters there. Anyways, I was speaking with Success Freaks Kim about this, and she's asking me, well, what do you want to have happen? And what was first coming out was the things that I don't want to have happen. I don't want nobody to show up. I don't want them to get the what we're trying to do here before we even get off the ground. All this stuff, and I stopped myself short. And as those of you who've been listening to the show know, I've been reading Joe Vitale's The Attractive Factor and different things like watching What the Bleep Do You Know and looking at The Secret and the Power. And I know that what you speak, you should focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Complaints are great because they show you what you want. They show you what you think you're lacking in your life. But you have to turn that around and focus on what you want, not just, hey, I don't want this to happen, but what you want to actually have happen. So I was able to catch myself in mid-sentence and start spilling out what I wanted to have happen. I want people to get this. I want people to get definitely the meat of our message. I want them to be able to be accountable to one another as they're chasing and catching their dreams. I want them to catch fire with their own passion, and so that they can achieve these things in their lives that they keep saying that they want, but they haven't had the impetus to move forward with. I want them to level up their lives together. That's what I want the Dream Hunter home groups to be. A place where you can meet, have a sense of community, and level up your life, knowing there are like-minded people there with you, in the trenches with you, so that you move beyond being just an underdog into somebody who has an abundant life. And you get to do this together, each person leveling up with everybody else. So that was a big epiphany for me to be able to do that, because what happened when I did that was I actually had my computer was actually providing light. What actually had happened was I could feel it. So when you think about what you want to have happen in your life, you set a goal. You hear Wookiees talking to you. You set a goal, and if there's no feeling in it, you're just thinking about it. But once you attach feeling to it, that's an intention. Then you're co-creating with the universe, because the feeling is what moves this thing forward. This feeling is what stirs the quantum soup around you, stirs the matrix, until you hear the Wookiees call. and that's what creates it. So I started feeling it, and I got my own excitement in that. And it was a much better feeling than what I was having when I was saying what I didn't want to have happen. So if there's anything that you want in your life, anything that you're striving for, don't just look at the negative of what you don't want to have happen. Oh, I don't want this to happen anymore. You can use that. It's useful. Those complaints are useful in helping you pinpoint what you do want. But then you got to flip it around. You have to attach feeling to it until you get an excitement, until you actually feel that you have this thing. It's not just in the wanting. I want this. No, you have to feel as if you have it. And that sets your intention. And that really moves things forward and starts fast-tracking you there. My life is an example of that. I still have things that I have to work on. I still have things that I need to learn to get out of the way. But what I want to have happen is that I'm able to open up and receive. Is that I'm able to set an intention and it happens because I believe it. Because I do believe it. Because these things are happening. And they can be happening for you. So that's my rant for the night. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've kind of had a good time with it. And it's all right that you haven't figured everything out. I'm talking to Charles about the Dream Hunters group. He's like, well, what do you want to have happen? And I'm still formulating ideas, and I know it's a feeling for me. And I know that once I get into it, once it starts happening, it's like, this is it. And I need to be more specific with that. I realize that too. I'm finding I'm being blessed by failure right now, because failure is showing me what I need to work on. It's showing me the weakness of this. It shows me what I need to do to find that sweet spot. It's helping guide me. Failure is my feedback. So I'm leveling up my life even now. So there you go. More rant. I hope you've enjoyed it. Welcome to my Mordant World.